Markeith got traded there.
Yeah.
What was the reaction between you guys when you found that out?
Crazy story, man. We just so happened to be on the phone late night one day. You know, we've talked a lot. You know what I mean? We talk basketball, we talk sports, we talk our podcast, you know what I'm saying? So we do sports betting a lot, not NBA, but college, you know, NFL. So, you know, we were just going over the games or like nightly thing. He just landed or whatever. And just this particular night, we just was chopping it up about hoop. And I'm like, man, like, how y'all doing over there in Dallas? Like, you think y'all gonna make any trades? And that was crazy because that was the real conversation. I'm like, you think y'all gonna do something? And I'm not gonna tell you who he said was gonna get traded, but he like, yeah, it's going X, Y, and Z. Those guys, they gonna get traded. That's what they looking at. You know, we're looking to upgrade. And for some reason, he just took like a pause and he like, bro, the GM just texted me. I'm like, he just texted you. What did he say? He like, no, this can't be real. And I'm like, what happened? So he told me like, basically, you know, he's been traded. So I'm like, you've been traded? Like, how? Why? To who? Like, why would they even trade you? You're not playing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, everybody knew the leadership that he brought to Dallas. So it was like, it didn't even make sense, right? So he like, just let me give you a call back. So I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm sitting there with my wife and I'm like, damn, they just traded Keith. I think he might retire actually. Because he was telling me like, man, I can't do this no more. Like he just bought a house in Dallas, right? So he was just doing that, and he was just like, man, it's just too much at this point. I'm not even playing. It's like I'm almost babysitting at this point. So he was like, I'm done. I don't even care where I'm going to. 3 minutes later, he called me back. He said, bro, Luka Doncic has just been traded. And I'm like, what the can I curse?
Yeah, you can
I'm
curse.
like, what the how is Luka Doncic traded? Like, does that even make sense? So now when he said the Lakers, I said, you going to the Lakers, right? He said, hell yeah, I'm going to Lakers. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, you know, you might just have won another championship.
All right, so y'all heard what Marcus Morris had to say, man. I don't even know where to start with this one. Oh, man, LeGM strikes again, man. LeGM strikes again. I didn't think that this one was going to be true this time, but I was actually 50-50 on the fence about if LeBron knew about the AD trade, if he didn't know about it. I was actually giving him grace with this one because the way the media was pushing it, the way he was spinning it in all the interviews, it just sounded like it was just a complete shock drop with the trade. Nobody knew, agents and everything. But once you take a step back and know how the trades work and know that the agents and the players are notified, it's like, okay, damn, did they really not know? Like, but with this new audio that came out, they 100% knew. And now we see why they was on TV pushing this narrative so hard about nobody not knowing, because that'll just make it look too bad. But we've seen these things in the past and how it's went with these organizations as far as moves and as far as, you know, the moves that LeBron pushed when he's a part of these organizations. We've seen them unload all those young guys in LA. We saw them unload all those guys in Cleveland, like D-Wade and Derrick Rose and those guys. We've seen them break up that 2020 championship team. In Miami, between 2010 and 2014, we saw them have 13 players rotate on or off of that roster. Then he went to Cleveland between 2014 and 2018. They had over 40 players rotated on and off that roster. And now here we are in LA and we see what's going on. So with this AD situation, I mean, I'm a little surprised about it because it's like, damn, y'all did all this talking on TV and you did all these interviews saying how y'all was so shocked and you was out at dinner in New York and nobody knew. And lo and behold, you had personal requests to have Markieff Morris packaged with the deal to come over to the Lakers. So, man, it's kind of messed up, man. You kind of feel bad for AD, but, you know, as big as basketball is as a sport, it's just, you know, it's a bigger business. And that's just what we got to accept, you know, these days in the NBA. So let me know what y'all think, man. It's definitely some crazy news, definitely some shocking audio, but let me know, man. Check Ball Sports. We go.